Yo, what's up, Jit? Like, what you been on? Like,
25, you know. Rappers come here,
You
get
know,
robbed,
Woody Moon,
you know.
you know what I'm saying?
Winter, fall, spring, summer, and all. You got a choice, stay in the house or you can hop off the porch. My mom was only 15, lucky she ain't aboard. I'm from the south side of North, but still show love to the north. Talking 280, the number blocks, pin it in court.
Let me see who WhoadyMac?
Woody, yeah.
Oh, okay. It took me a
brother?
second.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
What's up? Talk to me.
Man. Yeah, man. I'm glad that we on the lighthearted tip, man. Actually, I had some sports on my mind, and, besides all the other stuff we got going on, man. I was having a conversation with somebody, and we were talking about current day NBA. And the gentlemen that I was speaking to, they were coming from another area. They were in their 40s and 50s, and they like to reference that the game was harder. They was getting more beat up. Isaiah Thomas time, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And we came into the conversation talking about Iverson. And then for some reason, they was like, yo, well, what do you think about Kyrie in comparison to Iverson? And we know that Kyrie has accomplished what a lot of other NBA players haven't. He has a ring, right? So overall, in my opinion, I'm like, well, maybe Kyrie, even though we hold Iverson in much more reverence, maybe Kyrie is a better overall player than Iverson by competitive their skills and what they could do. I find Kyrie to be a much better three-point shooter and a ball handler. Iverson, I would look at him as like a much greater mid-range shooter and shot creator. You know what I mean? What do you think on that one then?
Oh, that's a hard one. Let me put it this way. It seemed like Iverson was more of a dominant factor, but could you add to the fact that Iverson never had a second guy like Kyrie has always had?
Exactly, yeah.
So you would never get to see how dominant Kyrie could be. Like, he was pretty dominant when he was in Cleveland by himself, but he was also young.
He was, not to cut you, he was good, but they didn't go nowhere.
But that's what I was saying. I said he was pretty.
Well,
I was saying he was pretty dominant.
Yeah.
But he was young, and that team was bad.
Yeah, terrible.
Iverson had come into his own by the time he took them to the playoffs. It wasn't the second year. It wasn't the third year. I mean, where he took them to the finals.
That's about 5 years in, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it was 5 or 6. And even then, he did have a okay big man. He wasn't completely by himself, but the team really wasn't that good.
That was old Mutombo though. At that time, Derek Coleman. I remember for whatever reason. I remember Derek Coleman also. I mean, but like everybody that he had on the squad, no notable names to stand out. I think he had Larry Hughes with him one time too, right?
No, yeah, I always thought, because I used to love Larry Hughes. His nickname was the Freshman, and I always thought that was a cool ass nickname.
Yeah.
So, why the hell I remember Larry? The fact you remember and I remember him.
I know it just came out. I play also for those video game fans. You know what I mean? When you play a lot of 2K,
you know the whole fucking game. Yeah, you know the whole
fucking play with the Sixers. Everybody wanted to play with the Sixers because everybody wanted to bop everybody with AI. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like I used to when I played Madden, I knew the backup tackles and shit. Like how you know these people.
Word, motherfucker. People be thinking you really, really know your sports like you on some Jim Rome type shit. Like,
right.
I play a lot of Madden. I play a lot of 2K. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I played so much Madden. I knew all the kickers on every team. Like what I knew them niggas' salary.
Yo, doing your franchise and all. You see, that was back then, 03, because I was in college 03, 04. So that's like, we didn't have an online like how they do now. So I would play franchise mode. Yes. That was fun to me back then. Now it ain't that fun to play the franchise mode because you want the competition of beating somebody head up.
Yeah, but don't they allow you to play? Do they allow you to play the people online? Because we used to play NBA, not NBA, but the college football game. Because Madden didn't have it back then. This was the last time me and my friends got together to do it. We haven't done it in years, but I think it was around 09 to like 2014, 11 or 12 or something like that. Yeah, but we used to play the NCAA football game. We would play that online so we could we could kind of relive our college, but then that ran. It's niggas too old to be sitting around playing like that, and you got kids and a wife in the background yelling while you playing. Like it got kind of ugly.
Yeah, I mean, we still, even though we got things to do, maybe it's because it's just my mind frame now. Like I find I've saved money much better now that I stopped doing a lot of bad habits that I had, like smoking and drinking. That's really due to the fact that I spent some time locked up. So I came out, you on parole, you can't do certain things.
True.
So I let those habits go. So then now I got extra money, you know what I mean? And I ain't really partying and shit like that. Cause when you go out, you want to drink, you might buy a female a drink, whatever. I ain't gonna lie, my mind frame came, look, hey, if she's selling it, I might buy it. Go ahead and I can save the rest of my money.
That's right. I tell her, I said, I could go to the club and spend some drinks on hoes and hope for the best. Or I could go to Backpage and have a guarantee.
A guarantee. I want the guarantee nowadays. Boy.
Yes.
I'm in my guaranteed years of my life. Money back guarantee. Hell yeah, boy. Oh man. Yeah, because brother, when we had that conversation, though, just back on AI. It was the fact that he brought his team pretty much solo himself to that finals. You know what I'm saying? And then when Kyrie gets together with LeBron, is the driving force behind it. And now he may have another chance to get 2 rings. Is his career overall better than Iverson? That's what we was sitting there.
If he has another chance to get 2 rings, that means he gonna have 4?
If he gets 2 more after this one?
Well, because you said he got another chance to get 2 rings, so that means he already had 2.
Oh man, but probably a Freudian slip. Now,
don't let English whoop your ass like that.
Yeah.
It's like when people say 2 twins. Them 2 twins. So it's 4 of them.
Yeah. I got you. I see. Yo, I don't think nobody's really gonna respect what Durant and Kyrie's gonna be able to do, because it looks like
it's too fraudulent, up, man. Now hold on. I will say this: it does look fraudulent, but didn't. What was going on in Miami looking for? Well, I will say this. I don't think anybody really counts that Miami Heat as like this great franchise. You tell me how you feel about it. I don't think people look at the 2 championships that they won in the 4 years. I don't think people respect those 2 championships. Think about it. Who brings them up?
For a poll question. Nobody really does, but it was expected they would win. And the expectation that we have every time I see that we put a super team together, when the Warriors got together and Durant was added, he's like, oh yeah, they got the West. And that's what happened. When LeBron and D-Wade and Bosh got together, they said, oh, they got the East. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't win every time, but it was like we came in with the expectation. Who's going to beat that? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Nobody. We didn't expect nobody to beat that. And the way it's looking, if the Nets get knocked off, that is the biggest letdown yet from a super team I've seen. Because I even bring back 2008. You see if your mind,
talking about them Lakers.
Top of your mind. Yeah, 2008. And I love my boy Kobe.
But they had all them old niggas.
All them old niggas was
them niggas was old. There was a difference. Like that, them niggas was just chasing rings. They were old. And I said to people, they didn't believe me. I said, let me tell you why this is not going to work. Because Karl Malone cannot space the floor. So if Shaq is already in the middle and Karl can only go 15 feet out.
15, 17.
Yeah, think about it. He could only go 15 feet out.
That's it.
And if he can only go 15, now it wasn't even 08. I think it was before 08, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I was talking when I said 08, because I thought you was also using the Lakers. That was the Boston Celtics team I was talking about 08.
Oh, them Celtics, them niggas was old too.
That was a super team though. That was the first time I think like we paid attention to an actual super team getting together. KG, Ray.
No, that was the Laker team. That was prior to that. It was the Laker team prior to that.
Lakers was 04. Lakers was 04, 03. And so I happened to look at them stats. We talked about it. Karl Malone averaged 14 points and he only played 42 games that year. GP averaged, my bad. He averaged 13. Gary Payton averaged 14 and he played more. He played like 60 games. And so I was telling dudes, I was like, yeah, Gary Payton was there, but he didn't do nothing. He was like, well, he was there for his defense. He was there for the assists and this, that, and the third. And
remember when the Rockets? You remember when the Rockets had Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen?
Scottie. Oh, yo, I do in only in passing memory because like everything Scotty did after the Bulls, I barely remember. Yeah, like how everybody feel about
because Charles Barkley was chasing rings and he couldn't get him.
And I do remember Scotty going to Portland. In Portland, he kind of was like the best second option in Portland, even though he technically was supposed to be the man. But you remember that the end of his career, Scotty Pippen in Portland. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was like, okay, here's Scotty. You know, he ain't doing nothing crazy, but he was looking like a knockoff version of Jordan. He was doing his best knockoff Jordan impersonation. But he was doing it though. I respect it. I love me some Scotty, man.
Yeah, just ooh. It was
tough.
I just don't like to see old people go out like that. Like I love Joe Montana, but I hated how he went out, and I wanted him to get him one more championship. So let me ask you, as a sports fan, are you a fan? Are you okay with your favorite player playing until they can't play anymore, or do you want to see
for my team
any of them? One of your favorite players, like say Tom. Like when Brett Favre was starting to look really bad out there, like, do you understand that he's a competitor and do you let him keep playing, or do you say because you want to remember him as a great, like it's the thing that a fan runs into all the time. Do you want your favorite player to quit on top, or do you want to allow your favorite player to play because he loves the game at whatever place he's at? Like if Michael Jordan had kept playing and now he was on a nigga's team and was playing 6 minutes a game, would it hurt you to see it, or would you understand it?
I'm gonna get a clear answer. No, it's not gonna hurt me to give a clear answer to it. And now to go deep into it, if you have a love for the game and you were looked at as one of the greats and you can produce something, anything, even though it may not be much, I look at people like, who was the great baseball player who played pitching into his 50s? That was Nolan Ryan, right? Randy Johnson, a lot of players who played into their 40s. The only thing that does for, especially like a young man, well, I'm 36 this year, I still call myself young, but for a man like myself, like, okay, I'm not a professional athlete, that's not my lane, but it gives me hope, like I can keep myself healthy and do things I like to do. I like to go and play pickup basketball.
Yep.
I went out there and played with these young boys nowadays too. Is getting big as hell, bro. I went out there to the park right up my street, me and my brother, to play. These boys, I swear they was all about 6 feet tall. I thought there was only like 10% of the male population was 6 feet tall. All these high school boys were 6 feet plus, and they was giving us a run, bro. But I had fun, and I know I'm getting up there. I ain't able to do what I used to do, but you know what I mean. I look at a Tom Brady and shit, even what was that dude? Herschel Walker went to the UFC. People like that still competing, doing things they like to do, and it gives me hope that I can still keep myself together. I use one dude. He's a bodybuilder. Well, not a body. He's a personal trainer, and he has a channel. He done grew to like 10 million. You probably already know about him. Jeff Cavalieri, Athlete Next.
Who are they?
He's just a personal trainer, but he's trained Antonio Brown. A lot of WWE superstars came to him. He's got like 10 mil subs, but he talks about the science of exercise. And Jeff is like in his mid 40s, but his son is more ripped than the average athlete. He looks like he could be competing in bodybuilding shows. He just stayed. He is so disciplined to be, and it makes me feel bad.
You need to send me a message. I need to see him. I'm gonna start looking up his stuff. They say he used to be on the Mets training staff.
Yes, he was. Yes, that's what he used to do. Dude is so disciplined. Like, yo, bro, like seeing somebody that has that type of, dedication and discipline to their craft in that late of the years. If he was probably an athlete, he could still be playing, because dude is like, what it is with 10% body fat, 12%, what that start to look like. People speculated when he did the test that I think he clocked in at like 8 or 9% consistently.
Somebody said,
ain't no way.
Somebody said Jeff be like, don't do 12 reps, and be like, do 12 reps on the next day.
Yeah. All right. So I know people gotta know that mud there. He gotta he make content damn near every day. So you gotta switch it up.
But that's what people don't understand. Like, it's something like that. I guess what'll happen is you if you talk long enough, you will contradict yourself.
Bro,
Every human will. That's why you gotta limit your words. Because if you keep them going, you are going to contradict. Because let me say something to you. In essence, what happens is we're building as we talk. Especially if we're explaining things to someone, we're building as we talk. And sometimes while we're talking, we'll run into a roadblock. But we still got to keep going. So now we got to go around that roadblock and keep going. And that's what happens. If the more you talk, you'll run into a roadblock, which is going to cross you up from wherever you were coming from. And it's just, so I don't begrudge people like that. If you're saying he do all them damn videos, or if he just, sometimes you just learn something. Like he's still learning as he's probably a nutritionist if he's a good, right?
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah, he does talk about proper meal prepping and all that. I mean, I think
so he has to be a nutritionist.
You better know that if you're going to be a personal trainer.
Yes. So as a nutritionist, what'll happen is, you remember there was a time where everybody was talking about eat bran. Bran is the best thing. You ain't heard anybody bring up bran in years.
Damn, I don't even remember that.
I'm old. I'm 45. There used to be for those
I'm
who
36.
remember.
I mean, you got me by what, a year or two?
A decade. I got a decade on you. But what happened is there used to be this thing called bran, and everything had to have bran in it. Bran muffins, bran flakes, bran. Everything was bran, and it was like, wow, you got to get bran, that fiber, yeah. And then like nothing says bran anymore.
That was the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That was the 90s, 90s trip. Yeah, scoot.
So it's like all kinds of things. I remember what's that one diet the Atkins diet? That was the big shit.
What was that based on? Because I heard of it. I don't know what it is.
I call it the gay diet.
Oh Lord,
because it was all about eating meat.
Oh Lord. Yo, bruh.
It was like they believe you just eat meat and just keep eating meat. I was like, that can't be a real thing.
Yo, I don't want to laugh. Oh Lord. Yo, that all meat diet. Yo,
yes, that's it.
I can see a nigga in that prison right now. I heard you on that all meat diet.
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm giving a nigga that Atkins tonight. I'm about to give a nigga that Atkins
tonight. Don't be acting up.
I'm about to through this show. I want to put my girl on that Atkins diet. Player, put on that Atkins.
Hey, baby, you know they say if you eat more meat,
I'm about to put a bitch on that Atkins all day,
bro. Oh man, that's like I thought it's similar to that keto. And if you're familiar with keto, because keto is like
somebody said keto is basically it that they've repackaged it.
But I think that would be, I would assume the keto would be a little bit more healthier because you can get the protein out the yogurt. When I was doing the keto thing and I was looking nice, had white women checking me out all on the train. I was eating yogurt, sour cream. Oh man, I have this app, Eat This Much, and you can put in what type of diet you want, Mediterranean, all that, this, that, and the third. It was giving me the recipes and the meals to put together.
I gotta stop you for a minute and ask you a question, because if I stop black women when they do it, I gotta stop you. Why do you say I looked impressive? I even had white girls checking me out.
Yeah, because I don't really study it. I noticed when I'm being noticed, and it seems somewhat, I guess, narcissistic. But I notice when I'm being
it's not
noticed,
narcissistic. It's just I'm trying to figure out why is it impressive. Like it's like saying I even got if I said shit, I even got the people on NBC talking about me. I'm saying NBC is a high level, and apparently what I'm doing has brought them in. So it's like you're saying white women are high level, and something happened to where they even notice me.
Yeah, like I guess as somebody of a different culture, I'm not really studying, and I live in a predominantly white neighborhood when I was living in Brooklyn, where my mother was at, but I wasn't really studying or paying too much attention to the looks that I was getting from white folks, you know what I'm saying? But then when you catch yourself on the train, if you've been in the New York area, you know, you just mind your business, chilling, you know what I mean? I'm checking out all the little mommies or checking out the black chicks, you know what I mean, who watching me, you know, seeing who going.
You been on a train before?
Choosing signals, huh?
You been on a train before?
Been on a on A train that has a conductor. Not in a train. Actually, you know
Were
what?
you not in the? Wait a minute. So how did the train? Wait. How did the train take you from one place to another?
You know what?
Right, you were supposed to say not that type of train, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You were in that train, sir. You were in it. Actually, right? Somebody in the comment section said, as long as it wasn't the Atkins train.
It wasn't that. Oh Lord, yeah, that nigga funny.
Said the little engine that did.
Yo, it damn sure wasn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good, my brother. It's all good. Yo, I never really paid no mind to that. You know, that is like a thing that some people have, that white is supposed to be the next level or is the upper echelon. Mm-hmm. I don't hold that standard, but I do notice, you know what I mean, if you do have a female of another race, that the looks you get is slightly different from also white and blacks. Like, oh, you a sellout, or you don't like yourself. I'm more of the mind frame that I like who like me. And if white girl is throwing it at me because she just like how my arms look and my chest sitting up, she gonna get it. And if the big black girl over there with the three, you know what I mean? With the
no, but here's what's funny.
Like,
I had too. But I had did that same thing, and I didn't notice it because I had one song called "Loving Myself," and in that song I said, "Yo, I even got snowbirds saying they can't live without me," and I was like, because for some odd reason we think, is it we're saying it's better or is it odd? So I guess that's something. Yeah, I think we're more saying it's odd, right?
Odd, yes, because I'm not getting pursued or chased by white women, and now I'm in Newark, New Jersey. All I see is black people for the most part, right? Mm-hmm. So then you step out of your comfort zone and go somewhere else, and you feel uncomfortable. You're getting love somewhere else where you're not. It's like me going to Israel.
Yeah, Cody said unexpected. Cody said unexpected.
Yeah, it's like me going to Israel and everybody loved me. I'm like, why though? Like, what is it about me that you love me over here? I'm not one of you. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you see how we came to an understanding, because the reason I asked wasn't even because I was knocking you, it's because I thought about it that we do it, but then while I was talking, I said, wait a minute, but it could be because it's just odd.
It's odd.
That is, it wasn't expected. So that's why you're bringing it up more than, I'm so impressed. It's just, apparently I'm doing something that's getting the attention of people that I never even expected to get their attention from. So that's fair.
And it'd be a little vain, but I'm kind of impressed with myself more so than anything. So it feels good not only getting that love and affection from people that I kind of expected from. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But then I'm like, hey, shit. Oh, so you mean to tell me this you know, is a Jessica Biel looking type chick is feeling what I'm bringing to the table too? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've been called acting light skinned. You know that term? You ever heard the term? Yes,
acting light skinned mean like you stuck on yourself. You feeling yourself. You think you handsome. You look what you doing looking in the mirror? Because you know when you look like me, you supposed to avoid mirrors. I'm supposed to be like a fucking vampire and shit. Like dark skinned niggas. Like people think we don't brush our teeth. We just wake up and leave the house. They think a dark skinned nigga has no routine at all. He just black and he lucky to be living. He lucky he ain't in the cotton fields.
Nah, but you see, I think again, I can't really speak for him, but I think those dark-skinned dudes who also got that hyper masculine look, they're gonna do all right in the game overall, because it's like, I don't know if it's that rough edge about them, those. I'm not gonna name no dudes' names.
Nah, they just gonna want us to fight.
Dark-skinned dudes, but
they want us to either fight or fuck them after we bust up a shiffer robe.
Yeah,
like they expect us to do some gnarly, damn near raping you type crap, and when we don't do it, then they look at you like it's something wrong, like you a waste of dark skin. When you can't lift shit, you a waste of dark skin. If you ain't willing to go out and fight a nigga in the club, you a waste of dark skin. You know when they say somebody's a waste of light skin? I think what they mean like a waste, they never say it, but I think what they mean is you a waste of dark skin if you don't do what is considered dark skin shit. And dark skin shit is generally like you got to do something. You got to do something like crazy. You gotta be a Q dog on campus. You got to make straight D's. Like if they see a dark skinned dude,
he said that. I remember them Q dogs too. They was all dark skinned.
I told you. Tell me I'm lying.
At Southern University in Baton Rouge,
all the Q dogs and dark skin.
Every Q dog at Southern was dark as shit. Now that I remember.
Yeah, they wasn't.
Yo, my bad. I didn't hate that mean to say it like that. You know.
Listen. Q dog weren't regular dark skin. No, like they weren't regular dark skin.
Yeah,
they were dark plus.
Dark plus. Like you probably remember, I was in Southern University. Like I told you, I was in college from 03 to 04. The first episode of College Hill was shot at Southern, and one of the dudes that was on the show was a Q dog. And if you recall, he was the heavy set, very dark skinned dude that was on the show. If you remember College Hill, that year that they had it on BET, 03, 04. And I was there at school for that. He was a Q dog. Big that type of dude was. The rest of them was just like that. When they had the chick on the show, no draws. Somebody probably remember when they had the chick on there, no draws. Yeah. I met her too. Yeah, she really ran around with no draws.
If you're a smart woman, they typically walk around with no draws on. You just keep your cooch fresh. But like somebody said, we're gonna have to do it like that. Dark plus. I need y'all to start calling people that. Dark plus. I can accept
dark
that.
Plus.
Yeah, that don't be calling us cool. Black as shit. Because y'all always say black as, and the thing y'all say we're black as is always bad.
Damn.
Think about it. You never hear somebody say black as and it's something positive after it.
Well, if it's black as something that's popular, like black is Michelin tires. Hey, we all love Michelin tires, right? Black is Coca-Cola.
You come Michelin tires have never been used in a positive way. It's like just dark plus. Like you can find us right by Disney Plus.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an app called Dark Plus.
Dark Plus, yeah.
It's only gonna be the blackest niggas on earth. Every movie in here gonna be so black.
Look, it's like my mouse pad. You go on Dark Plus. If you light it in this, you can't rock.
I'm gonna kill. We need an app, Dark Plus.
I can't get on the app, and then I'm gonna be hating from the sideline talking about they discriminating, yo, and I'm suing. I'm gonna be the first black nigga to sue black people.
It's gonna be about the darkest niggas on earth. We gonna have a whole dark panel where we
dark discussions.
Yes.
Hey yo, and the theme song gonna be Darkness, Charlie Murphy.
Dark Matters. It's gonna be one of the show for Family Matters. Dark Matters.
Dark Matters, yo.
Whatever happened to your electricity?
Yo, you be quick with that one. I ain't gonna lie, my G.
Be like, them niggas so dark. Look how high they light bill is, just so they can see each other.
Everybody in the room, the lights go out.
Somebody said the dark monologues.
I saw that. Dark discussions, dark monologues.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
Batman
this
theme song. The Dark Knight, the Batman theme song.
That's why I said living dark.
Living dark, Darkwing Duck. I mean that.
No, just
DLM.
Dark Lives Matter. That's what we need to do. I'm telling you, if we got our own stuff, somebody said the Dark Award, Dark Energy.
After dark. BET After Dark. Oh, you remember BET Late Night and BET After Dark, huh?
Dark After Dark.
Dark After Dark.
Ooh, Dark Plus. I'm telling you. Dark Plus will be like the #1 app in a week because there'd be a lot of people would just go just to see what are they doing, them black ass niggas doing.
Oh, man. Hey, yo. 2017, they had that song for the kids. And it was like, Baby Shark, Baby Dark, doo 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 doo, Baby Dark, Baby Dark, Mommy Dark, doo doo doo.
The dark web.
The dark web. I mean that, and that's exactly what it would be too. The dark web.
Yes, I'm telling you, we need to do that. Dark Plus. That app will take off. We have nobody light skinned. Nobody's. You not welcome because they wouldn't tell us we couldn't do it because they know we're on the bottom, so we do it and nobody would say a word. Like if you had Light Plus, that app would get shut down quick.
And all the colorism crybabies will come out.
Yes, that's what I think is so hard. But I'll ask you this. I know we were talking sports, but what do you think about colorism as a brown-skinned brother? Because you're in the middle, so y'all get to actually watch those conversations happen.
Yeah, I don't get hate from either side. I get they kind of let me chime. The darker skinned females don't hold no resentment to me because I ain't light enough to be no Shamar Moore type dude. You know what I mean? And darker, you know what I mean? And lighter skinned females look at me like, okay, you close enough to my complexion, so you know what I mean? Like they feel. I think I identify more of me on the lighter side of the game than the dark, but I don't get the hate like, well, you don't know what the struggle is like to be light skinned or the struggle is like to be dark. I'm like, hey, I fall.
But you fall in the middle, but you see the argument. Yeah, like you see the arguments. Do you think like who do you think is hard? If you had to pick, who do you think is harder on the other side? Do you think dark people are harder on light skinned people, or do you think light skinned people are harder on dark? Well, I'm just, it's like because I probably do a show like this. It's a thing like. Who's doing the most attacking? If we were just being honest, who lobs the most shit at the other side?
The best way that I go about taking like little surveys on that when I go in these people comment sections is to see what the consensus attitude is. And I see it looks like there's more shade being thrown towards lighter skin. You would be dead wrong to criticize dark skinned people as a female, whether white women, Hispanic women, they don't criticize. Because you would be dead wrong if you did it. You know what I mean? You would get the pushback and you can't say nothing. But dark-skinned women, I feel like they talk about white privilege, let's talk about dark privilege. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say.
But is that a privilege? Because black people have that same privilege. We can make fun. There's not one actor or comedian or entertainer that's ever been shot down because of what they said about whites.
No, not at all.
We can say whatever. I can say right now, I can say fuck white people, fuck white people, fuck white people, hope white people die. Yeah. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, but let that be somebody like, again, I don't want to bring too much attention to other people who have pages, but this is one woman I just, when you start watching things, they sometimes recommend something to you out the blue. This woman, she interviewed Michelle Obama. She's black, and she does a lot of feminist black YouTube content. She has a nice little following, but she interviewed Michelle Obama. And she's as high yellow as shit, like Halle Berry, if not lighter, right? So if she was to ever per se to get out of line and say something, people were like, no, well, she white anyway. She damn near white anyway because she too high yellow. You know what I'm saying? But she on her black power tip, but she really pushing more that feminism before black. You know what I mean? Now, if it was to ever to come, like I said, pushback, if that was a dark-skinned woman saying something, you know what I mean? The pushback that she would get if she ever were to criticize another dark woman, I think would be few and far between because you can't throw at her what she thinks she white. Like one of those Sean King type of dudes or what was the shit? Doja Cat, any of them chicks like that, Mulatto.
Let's talk about Mulatto. I
don't even know her story. I just know that she changed her name to Big Lotto or
First off, that's stupid. If you're gonna change your name from Mulatto to just Lotto, you didn't change your name. That's dumb.
Not to identify with the mulatto part because you just say lottos and nobody knows.
That's somebody to say like it's
before.
Yeah, it's like it's dumb. Like if Biggie changed his name to Big, it's still saying the same thing. It has not changed the meaning. He just took some letters off of it. Like if I say I go from calling somebody a faggot to a fag. That's what I did. Hey, you can't be calling people faggots. Fine, fag.
Call them an OT then. Take the last two letters. Call them an OT. You an OT.
So it's stupid. So, but I want to ask this question though. Why is it that black people, and I was planning on doing a video about it. I still can because it's going to be buried in this. I said, why is it that black women got mad at this girl calling herself what she is, which is a mulatto?
Yeah.
Even though they try to say it's a bad word, still it's the word she want to call herself. But they allow these women to call themselves bitch, which is a bad word. They allow these black people to call themselves nigga, which is a bad word. So if you can call yourself a nigga, a savage, a thug, a pimp, a killer, a nigga, a bitch, a hoe, why you can't call yourself mulatto?
Mulatto. I think this is just my thinking on it.
And I'm the only person who said this. Nobody else has brought this up. I don't know why. I don't know why I just think like this, but all I kept saying is all these other words they can call themselves. Demon, ratchet, beast.
Yeah.
But for some odd reason, they call themselves Blaxicans, all this stuff. But she can't call herself mulatto. Do you know why she can't?
Man, it's
because black women are jealous of light-skinned girls who point out their light skin.
That was exactly what I was thinking and was going to say on that. Is pointing out something that they don't like, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Because black girls point out their darkness all the time. They'll say I'm a chocolate this or whatever the fuck that, and they'll say that about themselves. But she can't say what she is, and you have the nerve to say, oh, but it's negative. It's talking about a black woman who got raped, and this is the child they produced. Why do you care that she views herself that way? She can view herself as a bitch. She can go and talk about her wet ass pussy, but she can't call herself mulatto. The one girl who talked about her being light skinned, what was it called? Yellowbone?
Oh, the one that she made this song talking about he like you light skinned Doja Cat. I think that shit you might be talking about. Yeah.
They got mad. But if the same girl had made a song saying he like them dark, like midnight, like whatever the fuck, nobody would have ever complained. And you know what the sad part about this is? And this is what us dark skinned people don't want to hear. Dark-skinned people are in the same category as fat women, because you can't call. Notice a fat woman can walk up to a skinny woman and say, "Girl," and when a skinny woman is eating a salad, fat women tend to walk up to those skinny women and say, "What? You don't need to be eating no salad. You need to put some meat on your bones."
Yeah,
and
you have the right to do that.
But if a skinny person saw a fat person eating a double burger and said, you don't need to be eating that. You need to eat a salad to take some meat off your bones.
Exactly.
They're going to say, she's wrong. She's out of line. She's classless. She's racist. She's colorist. She's a xenophobe, a Xeno the warrior princess. They're going to put all kind of names.